والسلام على سيد المرسلين وإمام المتقين ورحمة الله للعالمين سيدنا مولانا وحبيبنا وشفيعنا محمد صلى الله تعالى عليه وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. اللهم صل وسلم وبارك على حبيبك ورسولك سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم صلاة ترضيك وترضيك وترضى بها عنا مولانا رب العالمين. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. الحمد لله. Happy that we are meeting again in this blessed masjid to continue our class, inshallah. We pray that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will benefit all of us from the knowledge of Islam and the knowledge of Al-Sunnah wal-Jama'ah. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala strengthen our heart to cover the knowledge which we study always to practice. Because the knowledge either going to make you closer to Allah or make you far away from Him. So we have to be very sure that through our study, through our majlis ilmu, majlis ta'lim, that we are going to practice the knowledge and to find that our iman is increasing day by day, inshallah. Ameen ya Rabbal Alamin. Tonight we have, as we are in the month of Rabiul Akhir, Rabiul Thani, and in each month, Islamic month, there is something in the Islamic history which is going to link us with our religion and going to connect us always with our treasure of knowledge. So the celebrations or the holy dates in Islam is in fact for our each generation to be linked with its previous generation. We know the stories of the prophets through our Quran, and we know the dates, and we know through their life what's happened in this particular day, what's happened. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala instruction to Sayyidina Nabiullah Musa alayhi salam, he said to him, فَذَكِّرْهُمْ بِأَيَّامِ اللَّهِ. Let them, Ya Musa, your duty is to make them remember the days of Allah, yani the holy days that have passed, to get the lessons from it. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, for example, in the Holy Quran, Surah Hud, end of Surah Hud, he said to Sayyidina Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, وَكُلًّا نَقُصُّ عَلَيْكَ مِنْ أَنْبَاءِ الرُّسُلِ مَا نُثَبِّتُ بِهِ فُؤَادَكَ. Ya Rasulullah, what we relate to you from the stories of the prophets is to strengthen your heart through the stories. And for us, we strengthen our heart through their stories and through the blessed story of Sayyidina Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. 23 years of struggling till the holy man with the holy message became 1.5 billion nation, and all of them, they have believed in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. To that, it's not the end. It was the beginning for practice the new message or the last message, the nectar of all messages. For that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have blessed this ummah with ulamas, scholars, mufassirin, muhaddithin, ahlus sirah, fuqaha, awliya, salihin. And when we pray Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we say, Allahumma ya barik ma'alladhina an'amta alayhim min al-nabiyyina was-siddiqina wash-shuhada'i was-salihin wa hasuna ulaika rafiqa. How blessed this company. Ya Allah, bless us to be with the prophets, the salihin, the pious, and that's the best company. So we have to know about them. It's not enough for you just to pray. You have to know their stories. That's Allah. Bless us to be with them. So you have to know the story of Sayyidina Musa, Sayyidina Yusuf, Sayyidina Yunus, Sayyidina Sulaiman, Sayyidina Yaqub, Sayyidina Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Ahlul Bayt, As-Sahaba, As-Salihin, Ahlul Badr, Ahlul Uhud, the following those, Al-Imam Al-Shafi'i, Al-Imam Al-Nawawi, Al-Imam Al-Ghazali. So that even when you buy any book, you read any book, at the first page, you know about the author's life, biography. You read about him. And always when in any meeting, conferences, the speaker before his speech, they're going to introduce the people. He have studied this, he has done this, he Oxford, he done this for his PhD. You know, even if you go to any doctor, you'll ask, who is this doctor, who is this engineer, who is. So for us, we have to know the stories of the Salihin, of this ummah. These famous, the stars, the names. So when we celebrate, for example, them, when we get together to celebrate, we are not celebrating the person as a name. We are celebrating Islam through this person. The knowledge. Who is Al-Shafi'i? Why he became like that? Who is Abu Hanifa? Who is Ahmad ibn Hanbal? Why amongst all ulamas, there is thousands of ulamas Allah choosing this alim? Al-Imam Al-Ghazali on his time. One scholar. Al-Imam Al-Nawawi. And everywhere in this world, everybody knows who these ulamas. They read about them. So we have to know. Not only for us to say, I know the story of them. We have to get the lessons. Because they are human. They are not angels. They are not different creatures. So through their life, they teach us. And they have spent their life to reach to something and to share with us this blessed thing. Alhamdulillah. Tonight, as I mentioned, as we are in the blessed month of Rabi'ul Thani, Rabi'ul Akhir, in this month, in the Islamic history, there is something very important happening for the Ummah through a very famous scholar, alim, faqih, arif billah, and wali min awliya Allah salih. His name is so famous that everybody in this world knows about him, even the non-Muslims. There are many people, they are non-Muslims, they have gone through the books of this holy man, and they converted to Islam. Many of them. Tonight we are talking about Sayyidina Imam, as they know him, Al-Qutb al-Rabbani, Al-Sheikh Al-jailani. The story of Sayyidina Sheikh Al-jailani is so interesting because he managed successfully with the ulamas they are the witnesses, they are proved that he is from those people and from those selected. They have reached to the level, to highest level in his ilm, in his fiqh, and in his study of ilm al-akhlaq and tasawwuf. He was famous as Imam in Madhab Hanbali. great experience in 13 types of knowledge. Yani when you hear him talking about hadith, ilm al-hadith, you will think he has not studied in his life only ilm al-hadith. Fiqh, you will think he never studied only fiqh. Lugha, Arabic, that's a great thing. For us, we read one book, next day we can't remember. Because they are blessed with something very important, al-ikhlas. Al-ikhlas, sincerity. Allah said, وَاتَّقُوا اللَّهَ وَيُعَلِّمُكُمْ. With your taqwa, Allah will teach you. It's not for you to claim. It's not enough for you to claim. And Islam is not a religion for someone to claim. Islam is a simple religion, but you need to know how to swim in this big sea. You have to make sure that your boat the safety is there for your boat or for your ship, and you know the directions, and you have to know where you are heading and where is your end. But there is no end in fact for the knowledge, because the Quran itself, Allah's knowledge, al-hadith, this is a big sea. It's a great sea. And how much you get, how much you take, the goodness from the sea, pearls, gemstones, whatever, at one end. There's so much of things you can do. So Sayyidina Shaykh Al-Jailani, through his life, managed to reach to be one of the greatest, holiest saints in Islam. Al-Imam Al-Nawawi, Sayyidina Al-Imam Al-Nawawi, Al-Nawawi radiallahu anhu, he said, Al-Sheikh Al-Jailani in his time, he was the chief mufti of Al-Shafi'iyya wal-Hanabila in Baghdad. And there are so much of people who have got the blessing to study and all of them became ulama. But he started his life in the knowledge of Sharia. 18 years in his hometown, Jilan. His grandfather, he passed away. His father passed away before he was born. He was born only the mother alone, like Sayyidina Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So his mother looked after him. And in particular his grandfather, his mother's father, they call him Abdullah al-Zahid, Abdullah al-Sawma'i al-Zahid. Abdullah al-Sawma'i, Sawma'i is what? There's something called Sawma'a. Sawma'a, like the place, we call it khalwa. But sometimes the people hear the khalwa man and woman. Khalwa in Arabic, khalwa is for you to be alone in a place. That is al-khalwa. Not this one. There's something called al-khalwa al-shar'iyya. The man and woman, that's a sharia, your husband and wife. Na'udhu billah, there's that. But al-khalwa in particular, this one can be used for. So, khalwa here, for someone just for him to be, wants to be alone sometimes, away from the people. Like when you come to, like something to a place for i'tikaf. Al-Sawma'i used to be alone to study and to read the Quran. That is, I'm talking about his grandfather from his mother's side. Al-Zahid, he was famous in Zuhd. Shaykh Al-Jailani, from his father, his lineage leads to Sayyidina Al-Imam Al-Hasan Al-Muthanna bin Al-Hasan bin Ali ibn Abi Talib. So he's from his father's side, Hasani. From his mother's side, Husayni. That's why when they call him, when they read, they say Najib al-Tarafayn. He's pure from both sides, from father and mother. Furthermore, his grandfather, from his father's side, His mother leads, her lineage leads to Sayyidina Abu Bakr as-Siddiq radiallahu anhu. And as well from his grandfather from mother's side, he have a connection to Sayyidina Umar radiallahu anhu. So they said, I will say Sayyidina Umar, they said he has a lineage with all of them, subhanAllah. And Ahlul Sirah, when they write about them, mention about that, they say, subhanAllah, this is something which is, but that's extra. Lord, you have to protect this name. You have to protect the name of your family. And not only to depend, to say that's something great, of course, but when you've been chosen, for example, you have to protect this name. Say As-Sayyid, Sharif, and Habib, and have to. And the extra, let's say, necessary or need for them, whoever to get that, to be a good example. And that's what Sayyidina Shaykh Al-Jailani had done in his life. He used to call his house Bayt al-Ashraf, the house of al-Ashraf. So he studied under his grandfather, but he found out at the end that it's not enough. That's all about in his hometown. The madrasas, and they provide him Hifz al-Quran and whatever, the basics in usul fiqh, sharia, whatever. But he is thirsty. He's hungry for knowledge. As I said, there is two Arifin Billah, Salihin. Two of them met together. One of them said, I heard from the juice of love till I felt full. I keep taking, I felt full. The other one said, I had the sea of love, all of it, and I am still thirsty. There is no end. So Sayyidina Shaykh Al-Qadir, he found thirsty, he wanted more. So, in his life, in biography, when you read about it, there are many books are written about it. There is many that read about it. Sometimes they go over in their writing. They might add few things about it, that because of their law. But what we say, Sayyidina Shaykh Abdul Qadir, no need for him, for someone to add false information or false miracles. Because the most important, Allah knows Muslim. No need for him. When Allah loves someone, very important here, Hadith, Imam Muslim, Sahih Muslim. If Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves a servant of his, subhanahu wa ta'ala, he will call upon Jibreel alayhi salam. Hadith Qudsi. He will call upon Jibreel, Ya Jibreel, I love so and so by name. So Ya Jibreel, love him. Jibreel will love him. You want to ask why? Because who's the one with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Then he, yani Jibreel, will call the heaven. Ya Ahl al-Sama, yani Ahl al-Shurga, Allah loves so and so, so loves him. They will love him. Then there is acceptance will be established for him on earth. Al-Qabul yutrah lahu. He will be min al-maqbulin. So he will be accepted because of Allah love by all his creation. That's how it reaches. How Allah loves. So if Allah loves someone, that's all. He will open the way for him. يعني اهدنا الصراط المستقيم. He will guide those who he loves. And there is people وَيُضِلَّهُمْ ضَلَالًا مُبِينًا. There will people ضَلَالِينَ. No, he will open for them the way to go away from him. نعوذ بالله من ذلك. So, with the taqwa and salah, you can reach to Allah's love subhanahu wa ta'ala. But that is not pharmacy or supermarket, take it, to drink it, to eat it, and you'll be Habibullah. It's a title. See, Al-Anbiya wal-Mursaleen, they struggle to reach to the name of Abdullah, Allah's servant. The minute you became Allah's servant, you will get all other titles. Habibullah, Al-Arif Billah, Waliyullah, that's how. And there is nobody translate to his people, go and inform others, and Waliyullah. There is nothing like that. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He wants this person to be known to others. Everything arranged by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, not by the human. So we find in ourselves a love to a certain people, we don't know why. You know Fulan, maybe you have heard of him, or you heard one of his lectures, all of a sudden you find you have a strange love towards him. You don't know why. And that's why we find love in Allah. So these are Salihin, al-Ulama, al-Awliya, Awliya Allah, the famous people. And because of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows that. Because of that, we love them. Automatically, we love them from our heart, really. So, it really is like, there are many books being written, and many of them, until now, this book, just last year, by Sheikh Al-Jailani, by Dr. Yusuf Muhammad President from Al-Azhar. And before, in the year 2005, in Mecca, 11 theses of PhD and Masters about Sheikh Al-Jailani. And one of them, very popular in Saudi, it's extreme, but he written a book about him, about his manhaj, about his life story, why he success, and the lessons we can get. Many of them. Because, see, when someone needs success, as I said, ما أفلح الإمام الشافعي ما أفلح من أفلح إلا بصحبة من أفلح. We won't be prosperous unless we know the story, or we accompany the one who's prosperous. And after. They said, one of the books, well, many books in fact about him, when he was, one day he gone to work in the land. They have a land. He went to work as a farmer in their land. They said, SubhanAllah, the cow, the bull, talked with him. And he said, Ya Abdul Qadir, you not be created for this job. He shocked. They kept the thing away from the mother. Then when he goes to Hujjah, they're going to Mecca, he sent them off, farewell. When he goes back, he go up one hilly area to see them going out, going away. And sometimes when you send somebody, you manage to send him to airport, maybe if you go inside, or sometimes even to the player, you will see the flight when it goes. Wait, it looks like, but that is the last you can do. That's happened with us. So he was watching, and then he saw, looks like, SubhanAllah, in front of him. They said, that Ka'batullah, there is tawaf, the judge. So he shocked. And he goes back to his mouth. Of course, for the history. There is hadith in Bukhari, Muslim. Sayyidina Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, Sahaba talking, he said one day, a wolf stolen a lamb, small sheep from somebody, from the shepherd. So he was chasing the wolf. Then he managed to take it from him, take back. The wolf said to him, the day will come, one day will come, you cannot, whether you talk about the last day, you cannot do that. So a Sahaba said, Ya Rasulullah, a wolf can talk. He said, I believe on that and Abu Bakr and Umar. He didn't say what. He said, I have a belief on that and Abu Bakr and Umar also. And he talked about the cow also. And in Surah Al-Baqarah, the story of the cow, you have to go and like the camel, the deer, the buck, all these in Sirah Nabawiyya. He talked with him sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam. And everything has to speak zikr billah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You cannot hear it by your ear. But if your heart pure, you can feel their tasbih. Like as-Sahaba, they have felt the whip of the trunk at the mosque. Sahih al-Bukhari, Sahih Muslim, where Sayyidina Rasulullah made for him the mimbar, like this one. And he left the trunk, the trunk. He used to, for many years, he used to deliver his khutbah. And that one, that was time crying, subhanAllah. Like a mother just wants her baby time. When they came to know from where they start coming, from that time. The Sahaba, all of them might be. And Sayyidina Ali radiallahu anhu, in Bab al-Manaqib, Sahih Muslim, he said, we used to hear the tasbih of the food in Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Tasbih al-Ta'am fi yadi Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So he's always. When he goes back to his mother, and he told her about that, looks like telling her, allow me to continue my journey to Allah. She straight away said to him two things. She said, you have been taken away from me to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And this face, I'm not going to see it again in this life, only in this life. Yani your face, that today is the last day I'm going to see you. Our next meeting will be in Akhirah. And the second thing she told him, my advice to you, my son, my advice to you, in your life, you have to be a straightforward person and don't lie at all. Don't lie at all. Keep your word. He said, my mother, I promise to Allah that I won't lie in my life. He said, Al-Mu'min la yakdib. Al-Mu'min won't lie. So he promised him. And he left. On the way to Baghdad, that time, during Abbasid time, it was the center of knowledge. Baghdad, that time, was on its peak. The knowledge of Islam, knowledge of all types of science, at that time in Baghdad. Medication, medicine, law, everything. So, while he was on his way to Baghdad, that's why he had chosen Baghdad. They said, you have on the way, the caravan, the crew of people probably they call caravans, been attacked by thieves. They came to them and they taking from them everything. He was carrying with him only small bag of food, something. That's all. Nothing. So one of them said to him, you have anything with you? Anything worth? He said, yes, I have. He said, what do you have? He said, I have 40 coins, dirhams. And the thief come to you. If you say you have something, you can say, no, I don't have nothing, you will go. If you say, I have something, you have something? He said, yes, I have. You think that you are joking? Joking with me? Scolded him. You see, when you are counting the things they have stolen, this thief said to the chief of them, he said, you know, nowadays people look like become crazy. And that's why I tell them, just want to say like, but sometimes you have nothing, say I have something, just to say I am. He said, why are you talking to you like that? Bring him here. Then they brought him. use it and also safe place. So he opened and took the coins in front of them. They looked at it. Ya Allah, why are you in front of us? You should have kept quiet, or you should have lied. You should have lied. He said, I promised to Allah in front of my mother that I won't lie in my life, and I have to keep my promise. He said, you have kept your promise and you're scared to break it. That's just one line. And we are breaking Allah's rules and laws, everything, by stealing people. He said to his thieves, stop, from this moment I tawbah nasuh to Allah. All of the thieves, they said, tawbah nasuh to Allah. So when they read, they said, this is the first muridin of Sheikh Al-Jailani. Thieves, just tawbah nasuh to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's one of his miracles. At the beginning, why? He said the truth. And the jihad fi sidq. Allah said, Ya ayyuha alladhina amanu taqullaha wa kunu ma'a as-sadiqin. Oh, you believe in Ahl al-Taqwa, try to be the truthful ones. Gone to Baghdad and he entered Baghdad at the age of 18. He left, he was born in year 470 after Hijrah, and he entered Baghdad at year 488. 18 years. And he passed away 561. Yani about 90 something his age. All his life studying and teaching. No end, there is no end. Yani nobody said he have reached, anybody have reached to the level that khalas. No. He been established and he been formed at the beginning by ilm, by knowledge ilm sharia. So what is coming next? From ilm al-rawhaniyya, ilm al-akhlaq, ilm al-ma'rifah, he will know, but this is very tricky sometimes. You don't know. A jinn talk with you, you say, I am an angel. You will believe on that if you have no knowledge about it. Then very easily you go astray, na'udhu billah min dhalik. And in the books of Seerah, biography about him, including there is alim Imam Ibn Taymiyyah. Ibn Taymiyyah, as you know and as you heard about him, he is very strict, very extreme. Ibn Taymiyyah in his book mentioned about the following story about Shaykh al-Bukhari. He said, because Ibn Taymiyyah has a great love for Shaykh al-Bukhari. He said, Shaykhuna, when he said, Shaykhuna Al-Jailani, Imamuna, because he was Hanbali. Shaykh al-Bukhari in his time was top of Hanbali madhab. And he said, we have not heard someone have great miracles, came from many ways like Shaykh al-Jailani. In the book, they said, in Taymiyyah, in many books, they say he was walking one day, on his way at night. All of a sudden, he saw, like bright, something like sun, like spotlight. And there's something sitting there. He said, Ya Abdul Qadir, I am Allah. From now onwards, you have reached to the level that no need for you to pray 5 times. And there are certain things which is haram became halal for you. Yani you see like these things at night. What do you think? Wallahi, maybe today I prayed Isha at the mosque and my prayer was ample and I think I have reached to if you, when Sayyidina Shaykh al-Bukhari, I have seen this, because he plays on Sharia, he can recognize between this and that. He said straight away, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. You are shaitan. The light things falling down. You are shaitan. He said, how you know I am shaitan? He said, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala never asked Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, told him no need for him to pray anymore. And never made haram halal for him. Who I am? Who am I for Allah to do that to me? If that not happened to Sayyid al-Khalq, Sayyidina Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, do you think Allah will do that to me? Who I am? Taqwa, knowledge, and tawakal lillah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's the journey to Allah to be. He used to have a nice words of wisdom to the people. Whoever come to him, asking for fatwa, wisdom, he has a nice advice, and everyone will be too satisfied. Like once, they said, a man came to him, he was very rich. He said, Ya Sheikh, I want to give charity to people, but I'm not too sure whether this poor or that one deserves my charity. I don't feel he deserves it. Maybe he's not, maybe he's rich. So what should I do? And the Father said to him, give charity to the one who deserves it and to the one who not deserve it. So that Allah will give you what you deserve and what you not deserve. Simple, but nice. Give for the one who deserves and the one who not deserve. Allah will give you what you deserve and what you not deserve. And the people they said, Al-Ulama on his time, they write like Sayyidina Imam Ibn Qidam al-Maqdisi, Sayyidina Imam al-Nawawi, when they write about him, they said, the people not surprised from his fatwa. They surprised from the fast, the speed he gave the answer for the fatwa. Immediately. I told you about, before I mentioned the story of the man who swore by talaq. I talaq my wife, or I have to perform ibadah, worship to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that nobody shared with me at the same time. So what type of worship you have to do? I mean, you pray at night, there are many people praying. He said, I am the only one on earth who have to do this ibadah. Cannot. At the same time, there are people maybe doing more. So Al-Ahl Iftar Baghdad, with all this one, they are very confused. Don't know how to answer. So when they reach to Shaykh Abdul Qadir, because taqwa and because fituh in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when they give him they said that this one, he said, very simple, very easy. Write letter to the ruler of Mecca. He said, stop tawaf, asking to stop tawaf, allow this person to tawaf alone around Kaaba. He said, there is no other Kaaba, there is one Kaaba only. So if when he's doing tawaf, he's performing ibadah, so that means he's the only one doing the ibadah of tawaf around Kaaba. So alhamdulillah. There you go. That's so easy like this. But at the beginning it was, these things we call al-futuh. Futuh. Allah will open the chest, not the chest, the heart, to know the truth and to receive the information min Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Example, the story of Sayyidina Nabi Musa, Sayyidina Khidr alayhi salam. Musa with his knowledge, he said, I am, in my knowledge, nobody. That's Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He's a messenger and prophet at that time, of course. Then they said there is one person who's knowledgeable also. When he goes to Sayyidina Khidr alayhi salam, you know the story. Allah said about him, وَآتَيْنَاهُ مِن لَدُنَّا عِلْمًا. We have given him from us knowledge. To whom? To Sayyidina Khidr. The knowledges, there are two types. Al-ulum, two types. Ulum wahbiyya and kasbiyya. Meaning, there is a knowledge who you study, you have to study to get it. It is knowledge. Allah will give it to you. But Allah will give to whom? You know, nobody. Anyone can claim, he said, I have knowledge from Allah. Who are you? Okay, even if his knowledge, not to be something strange, like no innovation, no balala, nothing. Have to be within the circle of Sharia of Sayyidina Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Sayyidina Rasulullah came with what? Min Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Quran and Sunnah. As long as it follows the knowledge of Rasulullah, will be accepted. If it's out of that, problem. In the meantime, there is ijtihadat. There is fatwa, al-ulama. There is not anything anyone can say, no, this cannot, this bid'ah, this is not in Quran. No, ya akhi. It's based on the Quran. You have to know that. Like when, for example, when we talk about Mawlid al-Rasul, Sayyidina Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, to celebrate Mawlid al-Rasul, someone will say, but the Sahaba never celebrate. We say, number one, are you there with them when you say never celebrate? You have not heard the story, so don't say, I mean, if you have not heard something, not that means it's not happening. Number one. Number two, based on ilm al-qiyas, to understand how from Al-Quran or Sunnah, try to reach to the real understanding. For example, Sayyidina Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he used to fast every Monday. When they asked him, he said, that's my birthday. That's enough to approve the celebration of Mawlid al-Rasul Sayyidina Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Add to that, Sayyidina Rasulullah alayhi salatu wasalam he did not say to the people, do not celebrate. Allah said in the Quran, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, قُلْ بِفَضْلِ اللَّهِ وَبِرَحْمَتِهِ فَبِذَلِكَ فَلْيَفْرَحُوا. Tell them, say, let them with Allah's bounty and His mercy, let them rejoice, let them celebrate. So there is nothing better than Allah's mercy by sending Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And when he entered Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam to Al-Madinah, he have seen the Jewish, Al-Yahud, fast the day of Ashura. Al-Hadith said, يُعَظِّمُونَهُ. They pray, they venerate that day. They celebrate. So he said, why are they doing that? They said, they claim that this is a day where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala saved Sayyidina Nabi Allah Musa alayhi salam from Fir'aun. So he said, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, we have the right to celebrate this day. We have the right. So based on that also, celebration, the holy day is also allowed in Islam. But nobody will come nowadays, for example, and he said, it is bid'ah to celebrate Mother's Day, or it is bid'ah to celebrate Teacher's Day, or it is bid'ah to celebrate Student Day. Who is the man? Ya akhi, this life, being ready for what? For us to serve the life or the life servers. Everything submitted to us. And if you do something good to others, for example, you have passed the exam, your exam, and you want to reply and you have got good degrees, make one small majlis in the house, invite your friends to celebrate with you, tandoori or whatever. You think that's wrong? Someone said, but Rasulullah never done. I said, yeah, if Rasulullah never done, if Rasulullah someone have done so, celebrating he passed the exam with good result, or mother, do you think Rasulullah will say no? You think with the rahmah, imagine in your mind, Rasulullah, how merciful, how kind, how soft is he, who say no, this is وَمَا أَرْسَلْنَاكَ إِلَّا رَحْمَةً لِلْعَالَمِينَ بِالْمُؤْمِنِينَ رَءُوفٌ. And then in that time, the Sahaba, they got in Sahih Bukhari and Sahih Muslim also, Sahaba once, Sayyidina Abu Bakr entered and he saw two slaves from Habasha. They're celebrating, that day they have Eid. They have something used to have, and they have duf. They're beating the duf, what do you call the duf? Gandan. So they're beating that, and Sayyidina Abu Bakr said, what are you doing? In Rasulullah's house, in front of him. Rasulullah said, leave them, Ya Abu Bakr. This is the day of Eid for them. Let them rejoice. So the message of وَمَا أَرْسَلْنَاكَ إِلَّا رَحْمَةً لِلْعَالَمِينَ is very clear. The message said, be nice. Allah said, خُذُوا زِينَتَكُمْ عِنْدَ كُلِّ مَسْجِدٍ. If you go to Allah's house, prepare, put perfume, these things, ask Allah to make. So when you go to your house, with your family, with your brothers, you have to be merciful. All these things will give the right information about the Prophet of mercy, Sayyidina Rasulullah. So, based on all of these things, that is it. So, coming back, the life of the Salihin, when they used to, if anyone studied the knowledge, and he got the knowledge of the Laduni, special knowledge from Allah, we have to know to whom, or we have to know whether it's matching the knowledge of Sayyidina Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. This special knowledge, exactly, they said, like, for example, king, president, he has authority to give you something, a gift. Write a check, say this from finance minister, from this bank, from anywhere. This one anybody can do. But if he has one box with him, carry a box all the time, whenever you travel with him, and he open the box and give you diamond or something for, he said, this is for you, this is from my own. This is a special one, not from anywhere. Oh, this is ilm ladunni. This special knowledge from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the special knowledge of Sayyidina Khidr alayhi salam to Sayyidina is patience. So, from the beginning he said, if you have no patience, you cannot follow me. He says, Insha'Allah sabira. No, I will Insha'Allah be patient. Three things he could know. Sayyidina Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, if Rahimahullah akhi Musa, may Allah bless him with Rahman alayhi salam, if you continue, we'll learn so much things from Al-Khidr. You're going to learn so much things. And nowadays, sometimes, there's so much of things happening. Make the people confused. That's why sometimes the extreme people, the extremists, they start criticizing certain people. But yeah, this is a clash is happening because the real understanding to the religion of Islam is not there anymore. Al-ulama, wal-awliya, wal-salihin, if you look through their life, they're based on ilm sharia, number one, the roots, and the trunk start growing of tariqah. This is tariq Allah. When you say tariqah, we are the followers of tariqah, the knowledge of this alim, his way teaching Islam, reaching to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, based on ilm sharia, Quran wa Sunnah. And the fruits after that, which is ilm al-haqiqa, what we call it, still based on sharia. If someone wants to say something different, he's cutting the roots, the tree will die. So see, most of al-ulama, wal-awliya, wal-salihin, they have the best knowledge of ulum al-Quran, ilm al-hadith. But they know how to deal with it, not to make it as a stick to beat others. It's to make others understand the religion of Rahmah. Sayyidina Umar radiallahu anhu, give you an example. One day, he was patrolling in Medina, going around. And we have here, at night, people laughing. And singing and enjoying loudly. So what he do? He climb up the wall, Sayyidina Umar, Amir al-Mu'mineen, and he looked to them, he saw they are drinking. Mecca, Medina. And who is that? Sayyidina Umar. The one who knows, Al-Faruq, they call him. Al-Amr bil-Ma'ruf and Nahy al-Munkar. Sayyidina Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to say about him. So he jumped in between them. They shot. He said, I got you now. Drinking? No. One of them, of course, they are, when they saw Umar, the thing all gone from their mind. One of them said, Yeah, Umar, you came to us with one, I came to you with three. Our time is up to us to save your life. He said, What is that? He said, We are drinking, that's one. He said, You, number one, spy on us. Number two, you entered without permission. And Allah said in Quran, you start giving evidence from Quran. And number three, you scared us. And Allah said in Quran, so get out from the house. You won't say, Sayyidina Umar. Sayyidina Umar left the house. Because they came with him with evidence. The next day, he told Sayyidina Ali radiallahu anhu. He said, Ya Ali, last time I happened to me. The story is 1, 2, 3. Sayyidina Ali laughed. He said, why? He said, this, the drunk, is faqih also. He has a fiqh. But he have used it to fiqh. So, subhanallah, that is how. Sometimes when you hear their names, you're scared. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, see the mother, sometimes when you talk with her son, don't lie, Allah will put you in Jahannam. You know what Jahannam? Jahannam fire like this. Or, you know what happens? Shaitan will come, he was like that. Ya akhi, why not say, if you don't lie, you will get gift from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Angel will come to you. Why are we always punishing? What's the reason? Why don't we change the dialogue to the language of love? Why always Jahannam? If the people blessed with rahmah, with this type of stories, they will love Allah, and that's what we want. We don't want Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to mention Him when we need Him. Ya Razzaq, I have a problem with my business. Ya Allah, I have a health problem. Ya Shafi, Ya Kafi, Ya Ma'am. What about other names? Ar-Rahman, Ar-Rahim, Al-Malik, Al-Qudus, Al-Salam, Al-Mu'min. What about this? This is a trader. He's scared. I want Allah just to protect me from Jahannam. Allah, how to escape from Jahannam? How about Jannah? Allahumma inna nas'aluka ridhaka wal Jannah. Sayyidina Rasulullah started with Jannah. Wa na'udhu bika min sakhatika wal nar. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the Quran, you read the Quran. Jannah, Tajri. He described it for you. تجري من تحتها الأنهار رضوان من الله والله. That is the language of love, and that's what we have to do. Sayyidina Shaykh Al-Qadir radiallahu anhu have taught the people, and he said to them when they asked him, "What is the best deeds in your life besides all these deeds?" He said the best deeds is to make people happy by giving them food. I wish that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give me all the wealth of this life in my hand in order for me to distribute it for the poor people. Because of that, he made waqaf. Listen to this. Waqaf. The waqaf is what? Matbakh al-khayrat, langam they call it. The kitchen of, there's a food in Baghdad, the Maqam Sheikh Abdul Qadir. They have kitchen. Every day, the Waqf said, this is from his time, almost now 1,000 years, sorry. This food have to distribute it after Asr, after Salat, Asr. It's a porridge, meat, and sometimes biryani, daily, every day, non-stop. Non-stop at all. Many people will come, some of them for they're hungry, some of them for barakah, some of them because it's coming from the Waqf. And many people distribute for them. 1,000 years never stop at all. And it's just about to stop one time. I was a witness about it in Baghdad. And I was in Baghdad in 1991. When the war started. everything closed, the people run away from Baghdad empty, and then it was a very, very miserable situation. So the Lord, the Makam, we have about 5,000 people came to stay there at the Makam, seeking for protection, seeking a place in a masjid and close to Sheikh Abdul. So the food now become an issue. The cook manager, the kitchen manager, his name Abdul Salam, he's from Egypt, Egyptian. Now he's in Egypt. He came and he said, today we have cooked the last. We have put the last rice and meat. Finished. We don't know what's going to happen. So now there is no money, cannot buy anything, very difficult. So we said this is running for almost this hundreds of years. Allah's barakah subhanahu wa ta'ala for the sake of this waliullah, Allah knows it. We'll continue inshallah. SubhanAllah, the same day, at that time, evening, someone came. He's a British citizen, but he's originally from Bangladesh. He's a businessman. He came and he bought 10 tons of rice and about 200 heads of sheep. Sheep. There is a story, he said, come on, for barakah, and seek something, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala cured it, so I came to Baghdad. I have promised that I will give something to this kitchen. At night, someone came from, the people started, the food coming, till this person came, the next day said, we don't have a place to put all these things. So we start renting houses around the Makam to put the sheep and the rice and subhanAllah. This is one of the life that I come for Al-Awliya, because Waliullah, or As-Salih, pious, Al-Taqi, Al-Alim, if Allah give him a gift, you think if he die, Allah will take the gift from him? If Allah gives something, He will take it. If he die, he no more Salih. If he die, he no more than he died. Continue, yeah. But in different life, we cannot see. عالم الأرحام, عالم الأرواح, عالم الحياة الدنيا, عالم القبور, عالم البعث, عالم الحشر, عالم الحسن. These are words we're coming across, but we cannot know that. Now we came from عالم الأرحام, the world of wombs. Can anybody remember the day when he was in the womb of his mother? But you came from it and you know you are here. There's a life, but you know how you don't know. عالم الأرواح, the world of spirits. We are moving because there is spirit on us. Not because of the body, this one. The body is spoiled, the spirit is making us move. So all these things, through all these things we understand that the knowledge will remain. They have not paid anything in order for them to be famous. They have not paid a single cent. Oh, Al-Awliya wa Salihin wa Al-Ulama, you read about them and you celebrate them all the time and read their writings. They have not paid anything. Allah wants that to be around all the time. And when they ask him, what is the greatest miracle? He said, Al-istiqamah khayrun min alfi karam. To be straightforward person, ihdina as-sirat al-mustaqim is better than 1,000 miracles. Why? Al-istiqamah, to please Allah. Wal-karama, miracle, to please yourself. I want to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, his direct advice from Allah to him, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, fastaqim kama umirt. Ya Rasulullah, you be as Allah wants you, because you are the greatest example of Allah. So they have left for us something, the greatest knowledge. And the knowledge, your life, your end, your triumph of your life depend on your beginning. And nihayat tasukku bil bidayat, meaning the end you're going to reach if you have a good beginning and if you maintain it. There are many people, they start their life good, sincere, ikhlas, tawaba, they close to each other. All of a sudden, something came in between. When that happened, the end was not good because the beginning had changed. So in order for us to reach to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we have to maintain our iman. That is Allah's advice. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, all who you believe, the believers, ittaqullah. He's talking to the believers, al-mu'mineen. Yani maintain your iman. Till the end, his end, Al-Sheikh Al-jailani maintained all of that. And he said, one of my greatest miracles is to revive the dead hearts of the people. Those who they ma'siyah, they are away from Allah, they come to him, subhanAllah, they go out from his place, tawbah nasul to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Al-hidayah equal to the life, and what is in life for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? How about these thousands of people? And many people converted because of his knowledge to Islam. And they became salihin. And that is the way to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with the ikhlas. At the end of his life, in fact, his life story, there's so much of beautiful things, but we don't want to take much of your time. But the most important thing is for us to remember and try to be, if you want to be with Sayyidina Rasulullah, try to be with Sahaba, Salihin, and Awliya, Ahlul, we have to do something to reach to that. The love has to be translated to work. So, if you want to, through their life, you have to go through their life to follow them in order for us to reach. At the end of the life, in his life, his son, one of his children was next to him, Ibn Abdul Razzaq, and he said to him, Father, now you are in Sakarat, you feel any pain? He said, all my organs giving me pain except my heart, because connected with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, my beloved one. So, the end, al-a'mal bil-khawatim, husnul khatimah. The last words came out from him like that. In order for what? For everyone to understand that your last, the end of your life, you have to know. Husnul khatimah, you will know why you are one step in dunya and one step in akhirah. You will know that if you are really connected with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. At the end, before I finish, I just cite a few of his beautiful words, nice advice. He said, the human being is not in control of his feeling, but he is in control of his movement. And maybe you feel a little, you feel heat, just like someone. Don't need the woman to be, to hit him or to know. You're feeling that, but try to be patient. He said also, one of his beautiful advice, he said, the people who missed the opportunity are many, but there is no one whom the opportunity misses. Meaning, opportunity won't miss anyone. Will come for sure, but we are the one who's going to misuse it. SubhanAllah, misuse it. So these, one of the things, one of his du'as, his greatest du'as. This is at the end, we pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala through the dua of Al-Sheikh Al-jailani, and he used to pray like this with his people. He said, Ya Allah, our Lord, enter the house of our heart without the slightest hesitation, because there is nothing in it whatsoever apart from the pain of separation from you, Ya Allah. Keep us always connected with you all the time. And he used to pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He used to say, our Lord, include us among your compassionate and tender-hearted servants. Do not include us among those servants of yours who do wrong, who break and ruin the heart, and who are rude and bad-tempered. You are the one who makes hearts tender, the one who makes temper fine. Pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bless us with rahmat dunya wal akhirah, and to get the best knowledge for our dunya and our akhirah. And pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bless us to follow our salihin, and to go through the knowledge of the Salihin, and at the end to be with them, inshaAllah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless us to love Sayyidina Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, the love which should be as He wants subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the other value this love have to be to Sayyidina Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, to love as-sahaba al-kiram, al-bayt al-athhar, to love al-awliya, wal-ulama, wal-salihin, as we used to say, مَعَ الَّذِينَ أَنْعَمْتَ عَلَيْهِمْ. Ya Allah, bless us to be من النبيين والصالحين والصديقين والشهداء والصالحين وحسن أولئك رفيقا. That's the best companion, Ya Allah. Ya Allah, bless us. Our opportunity, which we are not going to miss, inshallah, is to be with them and to talk about them and to study about them and to behave like them, in order for us to be at the end physically with them, inshallah, in Jannat al-Firdaus, Jannat al-Adl, Jannat al-Na'im, Jannat al-Mawa, inshallah. Ya Allah, bless our families, our children, to follow the steps of Sayyidina Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, the Sahaba al-Kiram. Ya Allah, install the mercy and knowledge in their hearts and to follow the path. Ya Allah, Ya Allah, we pray that for you to guide us, inshallah, to the straight path, to lead us to the straight path, and to identify between the wrong and the right, inshallah, all the time. Ya Allah, bless us to follow Ibadur Rahman, not to follow those who they've been influenced by a shaitan. Ya Allah, bless our heart to be soft heart, strong in our iman, physically healthy, and our end to be in husnul khatimah. Ya Allah, bless us to understand that this life is a temporary life only, and the everlasting life is a life is near to you. You are our neighbor. We don't want to be in Jannah without you. Ya Allah, the most important is to be with Jannah, with you, near to you, beside your beloved Prophet Sayyidina Rasulullah sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam, beside al-awliya, al-salihin, al-ulama. Ya Allah, those names, we used to hear about them and we love them. Because of you love them, Ya Allah, at the end, do not make us lose opportunity of being with them in Jannah, inshallah. Ya Allah, we want to be with Jannah. Not alone, we want to see our brothers, all of them, and sisters with us, inshallah, to enjoy. Ya Allah, when we meet there in Jannah with Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, who is going to say, Ya Rasulullah, we used to talk about you, we used to talk of you, talk about Sayyidina Umar, Sayyidina Uthman, and then you will see them around. Because your beloved Prophet Sayyidina Rasulullah have said, you will be with the one whom you love. So Ya Allah, we love you. We love your beloved Prophet, we love Al-Anbiya, Wal-Mursaleen, we love Ahlul Bayt, Wal-Sahaba, Wal-Salihin. Ya Allah, we don't want to miss the opportunity of being with them. Protect us all from the punishment of the judgment. Bless us always to be with Ibadat al-Salihin. Bless us to have a happy life in dunya and the everlasting happiness in Akhirah. Bless our children, our wives, our brothers, our sisters, our families, our brothers and sisters, our sisters. Bless the world to have a peace. إن شاء الله يا الله برحمتك يا